Local derby, with all the Birmingham clubs resolved to try to prevent any repeat of the disturbances surrounding Aston Villa's meetings with Birmingham City this season. Steve Bruce's only brief is to keep Birmingham up, giving the chairman, David Gold, a base on which to build the club. Albion's boss Gary Megson says the instability at his club has undermined his team's chances of survival. Commentary from Rob Hawthorne.
Here's Clements. Here's Dugarry. Morrison! Now Sigurdsson. Found its way through to a daisy! And he got his shot away, but into the side netting. He's represented one of West Brom's biggest threats to Birmingham in this first half. Dugarry with a cross and Holt has let it go. Dugarry! Man on the line was Clement. It seemed a straightforward cross for Russell Holt to collect despite Dugarry's presence, and the fact that he spilt it gave the Frenchman the chance. Clement was there though. This is Horsfield. John's waiting for this, so too is Devlin. Produces a fine save from Russell Holt. Carter. Stern John tries to set himself up for the opportunity, deflects across, and they've got it! Jeff Horsfield has got it! In the very last second of stoppage time, Jeff Horsfield has got a goal that could be a lifesaver for Birmingham City. Could hammer the nail in West Brom's Premiership coffin. Stern John worked tirelessly here for the opening. Looked at first as though it might set it up for himself. Dug it out against Woolwork, but when it deflected across, no mistake from Horsfield. It was virtually the last touch of the game.
Zola scored twice when Chelsea humbled Manchester City 3-0 at Main Road in October. How Kevin Keegan could do with a player of the Italians' quality. Chelsea began the weekend in 4th place in the Barclaycard English Premier League, the last qualifying place for the Champions League. It took them 37 minutes to break down City's defence. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbaink benefiting from Zola's exquisite chip. Keegan later said he didn't have anyone with Zola's brains, energy and total commitment. Presumably he wasn't including City's own veteran, 39-year-old Peter Schmeichel. Chelsea were unchanged, no place for fit again Marcel Desailly. Kept out of the side by the form of John Terry. Schmeichel beaten a second time just before the break. Sunshine for Claudio, his team in total control. City had been hoping for their first away win of the year. Their chance to fight back fell to Nicholas Jensen. Not quite in the same bracket as his wonderful finish against Leeds in January. It signalled the imminent arrival of Sun Ji-hai as City sought a shake-up. Chelsea, meantime, had won another corner. 2-2 for Mario Stanic. Schmeichel unprotected once again. Terry with the near post flick this time. Chelsea could afford to bring off Zola, Lasso and Hasselbaink. His replacement was Carlton Cole. Frank Lampard's goal, Chelsea's 4th. But the skill of 19-year-old Cole was almost taken from a Zola training manual. No question about the outcome, only about the level of City's defeat. Chelsea could have been forgiven for having one eye on their FA Cup quarter-final replay with Arsenal this week. As it was, William Garrett kept his eye on the ball as City completely lost their focus. Stanic with a helping header, Schmeichel and Higgins unable to prevent the kick. A miserable afternoon for City was made worse in the closing seconds. Sun Ji-hai had already been booked, so a second yellow from referee Phil Dowd and the dismissal of the Chinese international. It was Chelsea's biggest win of the season to keep their Champions League dreams on course.
It was at Old Trafford. Manchester United entertaining Fulham. Martin J2 bringing out Ole Gunnar Solskjaer just before halftime. The day would belong to this man. Ruud van Nistelrooy sticks it home. No chance for goalkeeper Mike Taylor. Red Devils up 1-0 at the break. In the second half, Manchester United would take over. Check out the acceleration and the superb finishing from the Dutchman Van Nistelrooy. It was all about him today. His second on the day. But no, he wasn't finished. Just before the final kick of the game, Ruud van Nistelrooy takes the assist from Ryan Giggs, sticks it in the back of the net. United go top of the table for the time being. 3-0 victors over Fulham.
With Stuart Taylor, not Steve Taylor. This is Manchester United versus Fulham. Ruud van Nistelrooy, the penalty kick as he goes left side on Mike Taylor, and it's 1-0 after 45. Plenty of Nistelrooy in this match. Second half, watch him receive at his side of mid. Then the Dutchman takes off. Down the field he goes, and he'll finish it off nicely with a little soft shoe to the far side, and it's 2-0 after 68. I know, Bobby, you're going to want to talk about that one. Not a bad goal, yes. Then in the 90th, Ryan Giggs to Van Nistelrooy. He'll score his third. That's really not near as nice as his other one. United over Fulham, a final of 3-0.
The Londoners with a 4-point advantage at the start of play. A glaring miss by Kevin Lisby, one of the worst of the season after Johansson's pullback, but credit to Hugo Ehio for the tackle. Of concern to Alan Kirbishley, 2 defeats in succession, but against Arsenal and Newcastle, that's no great humiliation. 4 changes were made to the side beaten by the Geordies. One of them was Lisby, who then set up Johansson. A fine finish from the Finn. Johansson's 3rd goal in 4 games, courtesy of a perfect through ball. The pace and running of Lisby and Johansson was causing Middlesbrough plenty of problems, as was Paul Konchesky. A missed arrival Lisby's from Jason Ewell. Juninho's not the only gem in Steve McLaren's side. Jeremy's their set-piece specialist. The Cameroon international mighty close to repeating the marvellous goal he scored at Liverpool last month. Borough's run-in looks good on paper. Arsenal, the only side above mid-table they still have to face. A deserved equaliser, Malcolm Christie's 2nd goal for Borough, his 1st at the Riverside. Kudru with the assist. In stoppage time, a chance for Charlton. Paul Konchesky's would be virtually the last kick of the match. Both teams had struck the woodwork from curling free kicks, so the spoils were shared. But Borough now haven't lost.
Park, Newcastle versus Blackburn. Newcastle's Laurent Robert does all the legwork here, and he would chip it to the far post. Alberto Solano would score, beating Brad Friedel, and it's 1-0 after 24. But Blackburn get it back. Damien Duff with a cracker as he beats Shay Given. How about that? And it's 1-1 after 54. All Newcastle from here on in. Robert with the free kick. 2-1 Newcastle after 61. Then it's Jermaine Jenis coming in at mid. He receives the pass and he'll score to make it 3-1 after 85. More from Newcastle. Kieran Dyer with the run down the left side. He can't find anyone to pass it to, so he puts it in off of Bratislav Greshko. The own goal makes it 4-1. What are you going to do, really? I don't know what's going on. 4-1 after 89. Then it's Craig Bellamy that scores. 5-1 Newcastle. They win easily versus Blackburn.
Crouch in for the suspended Dion Dublin. Villa had lost 4 in a row and failed to score in half their Premiership matches this season. So great relief when Lee Hendry gave them the lead. A homegrown talent who wears his heart on his sleeve with Villa's first goal in nearly 6.5 hours play. Southampton, though, have been strong at home. Only Liverpool and Manchester United have left St Mary's with maximum points this season. Unlucky on James Beattie, definitely Saints one to watch. But here's one Southampton won't want to watch. A look away now moment for Lundigvan. A gift duly accepted by Darius Vassell. Niemi left stranded. Vassell's 7th league goal of the season. 2-0 down, 5 minutes to half-time. The home side launched it long towards Beattie. And Beattie became the first Southampton player since Matt Le Tissier to hit 20 Premiership goals in a season. Coming up for Villa, Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle, Everton and a resurgent West Ham. A difficult run-in, so vital they made the most of their chances. It should have been 3-1. Vassell missed an open goal and Svensson steered it to safety. How costly would that be? Not hard to see which of the two managers was happier at half-time. Fast forward to the 90th minute. Spirit and character are just two of the qualities Southampton seem to have in abundance right now. Substitute Kevin Davies had been on the pitch less than 10 minutes. Johnson's howler this time, and Davies pressing his claim for a new contract this summer. More late drama that for some was almost too painful to watch.
Pascal Sigan gave Arsenal the lead. Wayne Rooney it was who equalised. Patrick Vieira won it, though, to give the double winners their 14th win out of 16 games in the league at home.
Wayne Rooney clearly loves playing Arsenal. His contribution may have earned him an England call-up, but his team left empty-handed. Arsene Wenger laughed off talk of a crisis, and his players backed him up. Pascal Sigan headed his first Arsenal goal with just 8 minutes gone. Richard Wright won't be pleased with his contribution. The Everton goalkeeper was nowhere near it. And he almost gifted Arsenal a second. The passing was slick, Bergkamp's touch was so clever, and the shot, though lacking real power, was very nearly presented to the feet of Henry. The Arsenal striker did have a more presentable chance after being sent clear by Perez. Again, Wright doing just enough, but grateful there was no one following up. Everton offered little going forward, but when they did threaten, the chance was created by Rooney. Mark Pembridge couldn't react quickly enough. The cross deserved better. But in front of Sven-Göran Eriksson, Rooney was just getting warmed up. The solo route, the quickest route. Who could fail to be impressed? If Everton's equaliser was brilliant, then the goal which put Arsenal back in front was a touch fortunate. Bergkamp appeared to hold back Unsworth, Vieira unchallenged with a controversial second. Duncan Ferguson was introduced for his first Premiership appearance of the season as Everton chased the game, but it was Arsenal who always looked the more likely scorers. When Ljungberg should have secured the points, and he knew it. Arsenal not quite at their best, but 3 points, all that mattered. Mark Hooper, Sky Sports.